Good morning, gang. Good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome back to this week's Bitcoin update. First and foremost, remember, nothing discussed is financial advice. It's for educational purposes only, and it's my view of the markets. And now we've got that out of the way. Let's jump in, shall we? So, last week when we gave the update, we were hovering around here. Okay. And then since then, we had a little pullback, bit lower, and then we've had this big drive up, and then followed by this morning having a bit of a sell-off to the downside. Okay. So let's quickly talk through that. I'll talk about the short that I posted on Twitter, which was the short from here down to the current lows where we are right now, where I've locked in a large chunk of profit, and then effectively what levels I'm looking for next. Okay, so first and foremost, let's talk about this short trade, shall we? So I'm just going to grab this and throw it on this screen because it makes life a lot easier. If I can grab it, come on, there we go. Right, oh come on, pen tool, bug off. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. There we go. Right. So this was members plan from last Sunday. And again, I've captured a screenshot from the daily update video. And this was on the 19th. Okay. And I'm going to caveat this because I'm not a LARP. And this wasn't my only option for a short. So I want to talk through it. Okay. So I actually had several options for shorts. One of them didn't give anything at all. And effectively what I was looking for here, as you can see here, price had just come up, made that first high, had the pullback. This is afterward broken structure. Okay. And effectively we had three key levels above us. Each one could offer a trade if a setup was given. Now, this is one thing about how I trade. I don't set limit orders at any of these levels. Anyone that's learned how to trade from me will understand I don't set limit orders and then hope for the best, because that's not how a trader works. A trader's plan is, where do you want to do business? Okay, I want to do business at this level. I want to do business at this level in between. And I also want to do the level at this business. Once price comes into that level, does it give you your entry criteria? I.e., do you want to see a market structure break? Do you want to see a load of leverage longs come in into resistance and not break through? Do you want to see some absorption? What do you want to see at that level to give you the entry trigger? It's not just a case of it taps the level and then hope for the best, because in that case, you might as well just use limit orders and hope for the best. You want to see an entry trigger. You want to see some weakness if you're looking for shorts. And if you're looking for longs, you want to see some strength. Okay. So this was one of the levels that we had marked out. And again, I'm being very open and transparent here, which no other YouTuber or anyone on crypto Twitter does this. Okay. So this was one of the levels I was looking for. Now, let's delete that, and we can see here, let's throw on the macro range. Again, the same range that we've been talking about for 3 or 4 months now. Yep. Can I please attach it to the top? There we go. Thank you. Right, and then we're going to throw on the old volume profile, because obviously it's the same volume profile I've been looking at for ages. Okay, so, as I've been talking through this for so long, the main points of interest within this whole 3-4 month price action is range high, value area high, point of control / EQ. Okay, it doesn't always line up like this, and I want to make this really clear for anyone that's learning from these videos. The point of control doesn't always line up with the EQ. Okay, but right now it does. So that gives us confluence, 2 overlapping parts of TA in one area. Okay, it's called confluence. Value area low, range low. Okay, anything outside of here or outside of here at the moment I have no interest in, because I'm not predicting a breakout. Okay, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not a LARP. I just want to trade this range, and then eventually one side will give way. Okay, so what I was looking at here, quite simply, and I'm just going to show you this nice and easy. Fib from this high. I'm not bothered about this high because I'm looking at this internal structure here to the low. Okay. And this is the reason why we had several levels within this. This was after this first pullback and we're coming back up. Okay. We had a few SR levels and naked point of controls in this region. Okay. We had some around the EQ. We had some just above the point of control. And then we had one up here. Okay. So that's why there was 3 levels on my plan. Each one could have offered a decent short trade. In fact, they did offer lower time frame short trades. Okay, but none that actually got follow through. And that's absolutely fine, because right now I was looking for shorts against a fairly strong trend. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to do that, but you need to understand when to take profits, when to move your stops into profit and get out of the way. Otherwise, if you're holding on to each one of these, hoping for a full-on meltdown to range lows, you're just going to give back all your profits. Okay, so we're not overly aggressive. The only thing to be aggressive on in a strong uptrend outside of the range, again, ignoring that this range is here, is you can be aggressive on your longs, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, because the trend is still up. Okay, lower time frame, yes, H4 and under, H4 and under is in a downtrend, but your daily trend and everything else is still up. Okay, so with this, what we had is we had weekend price action come up, kept grinding up until typical Sunday night pump. As usual, you see everyone on crypto Twitter getting really horny, and then it sells off, and it sells off fairly aggressive. So we had a nice short trigger there. I initially had a short trigger on the Sunday, took some profits on that, back down at EQ, then we came back up, and we had a really nice flat structure, which is Elliott Wave Talk, into this high, which then gave us another short. Okay, so that's effectively what we had there, and then we held this down into where we are right now, and the actual target was hit through the night, which was effectively this sticky zone here. Okay, nice and simple. Now, what could happen next? Okay, what could happen next? Well, again, sound like a stuck record when I say this. If this holds and we manage to get through some local intraday levels, okay, we do have some local intraday levels within this, then we could potentially look for a push back up towards this EQ and point of control. Again, resistance. This is resistance. The only way I become more bullish looking for this is if we can successfully flip this first and then get above this without a significant pullback. Okay, above this high. If you get above this high and then get back down below it, then all we've got is a failed rally or a swing failure pattern, and we look to pull it back down again. Once again, what happens back at the point of control / the EQ? Does it just get a bounce back up like this? It could do. We don't know. So we don't have a crystal ball. No one knows. Okay. Do we come back up here and we just get rejected and start coming back down? Yeah, possible. Possible. We need to flip this level for any chance of higher price action. Okay. If we get that higher price action, then once again, value area high. Flip value area high, get outside of this, clear above these without a major pullback. Once again, there's liquidity. Equal highs. Well, it's technically not equal highs because this did take the high, but not all exchanges did. But you know full well that you got stop losses above there. Anyone that's shorted this downtrend hoping for a massive nuke further down, where's the stop going to be? From a high time frame perspective, it's going to be above these highs. So if you do pop up above those highs and then get back down under, grab those stops, then you've got a potential short opportunity. However, again, take that into context, because if we do this, then that means this trend is still fairly strong. So therefore, it won't be a case of overstaying your welcome. Lock in some quick profits, stops into profit, and then just trail your stops. If it does start to break down, great, cool, just trail your stops down with it. Nice and simple. Okay, if it gets above that, no pullback from there, then range high. Do we swing failure? Yeah. Well, in that case, we've got short trigger. Or do we break out and genuinely start pushing up? Cool. Right. Well, in that case, there's no short trade to be had. Let it run. Great. Let us longs print some more money. Simple. Okay. Now, to the downside, it's a little bit different. Okay. So to the downside, we do have value area low here. Okay. So if we do come down, grab the stops from this zone, and then we've got a few stops down here into this, then potentially a long trigger. All I'm looking to do then is play value. What happens here? Do we get a rejection? Or what happens here? Do we flip it and then we're back up towards value area high? Okay, that's all I'm looking to do. Again, I don't know if anything's going to happen. I don't know if price gets there, if it even gives me a long trigger, which is why I don't set limit orders. Okay, I want to make that really clear. I think some people, when they come into trading, they don't understand these concepts. This is how a trader works. If we lose value, there's nothing really within this that I'm interested in, because it's just a thin, inefficient move. Okay, depending on the time frame that you're looking at, you'll get some ICT fanboys saying fair value gaps and all that good stuff. I don't trade those. Okay, I do not trade those. It's a thin, inefficient move for a reason. Okay, I think the quicker people start realizing that, the better traders they'll become. Okay, The only thing I've got effectively on the chart between that value area low, let's just bring it back. Please come back onto my screen. There we go. Between that value area low and the overall range low is we've got a couple of point of controls. Okay. We've got this point of control down here. So if we start to lose value area low, again, high time frame value area low, if we start to lose this, then the first support area that we've got locally would be this naked point of control here, which is pretty much coming around that psychological 60k, which obviously crypto bros, they love the round numbers, they love the 70ks, they love the 60ks, they love the 50ks. Again, I don't know why. I think it's just easier for them to think about because a lot of them are very room temperature IQ. But if we do come down here, then we've got this naked point of control down here and this naked point of control down here, which is just below range low, okay? So they're the only real reasons I'd be interested in longs if we started to lose value area low, okay? Now, for me, it would be a case of adding back into a previous long. If I was looking for fresh longs, once again, it'd be in that zone there. Now, the reason why I do like those range lows is naturally it's a range low. I'll always want to trade the range. Then on top of that, you've got confluence. Because if we do a fib from the absolute low up to the current high, we've got that golden pocket. Okay, that golden pocket is bang on that range low. So if we do get that and it gives me some sort of trigger, then great, cool. I'll continue trading the range. If it starts breaking outside of range low, then I'll be a little bit more cautious again, just like I was cautious within this zone here. Cautious. Not saying I'm bearish. I'm not saying I'm going to short a breakdown because that's a breakout trade and that's not how I trade. Okay. But just be cautious. If it gets down below here, I'd want to see some strength before getting back involved. It's as simple as that. Just like with this, I wanted to see strength before getting back involved. Simple. Really simple. Start to lose that, then once again, stuck record time. Once again, guys, if you do appreciate this free content, bear in mind I don't get paid for this content, then do me a favour and hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Okay? We start losing these lows. And first and foremost, we've got a high volume node down here. Okay? Around 51 down to 50k-ish. Okay? It's basically this range. Order block, whatever you want to call it, makes no difference. There's volume there. That's all I'm interested in. So therefore, there's interest in that zone. If it starts coming back down below that, then once again, down to the 42s, 44k region, basically it's this volume cluster here. Drag this back even further, you can see it. There you go, look at that. You can see where the volume's at. Okay, so if it drops down and it loses this, starts coming down lower, then I'm interested in this range. What happens within this to give me an entry trigger for a long, if any? If it doesn't give me an entry trigger for a long, I'll sit back. Even if that means it pumps without me, absolutely fine. I don't care. I'm a trader at the end of the day. I'm not desperate. Okay? I don't know what's going to happen. I wish I did, but none of us do. Okay? We're just interested in the levels. Okay? So that's it. Hopefully you've learned something today. And until next time, gang, as you were. Bye-bye.